Hey guys, it's me Stace. Today is Wednesday, January 8th, and today I want to share with you the whole story or the reason as to why my current Florida driver's license is expired because of a suspended Pennsylvania license from 30 years ago that I never even had. This whole thing from the beginning, I will tell you, has been beyond aggravating, completely frustrating, and my anxiety has been skyrocketing ever since. I mean, this is almost like disbelief. Candid cameras are going to come out and say, surprise, that kind of thing. But it started in October 2019. The Florida DMV mails me a postcard letting me know my current license here in Florida was going to expire, and I had to renew it by my birthday, which was December 13th. This is in October. That very same day, hubby said, let's go and get it done this week. So it's done out of the way. Don't need to worry about it. And I said, we have until December. No need to rush. All they're going to do is renew it, take a picture, easy peasy, right? So I waited. He probably reminded me maybe 4 or 5 more times, like today's a good day, let's go today. And I just kept on putting it off. And I says, we have plenty of time. Well, I ended up waiting until December 11th. I meet my husband at the DMV. We go in December 11th, 2 days before my license was going to expire. But again, I thought, is it going to be a picture? Easy peasy, right? So we're waiting. My number gets called. I go to the window. And I handed her all the things that they needed to renew my license, which was my current Florida license, my Social Security card, birth certificate, marriage certificate, and other forms that had my address on them. I hand all that to her. She comes back maybe 30 seconds later saying that she cannot renew my license because it's coming up as suspended. As how is it suspended? I just handed it to you. I've never had a ticket or a violation against my license. Maybe there's an error or a misspelled name somewhere. And she goes, no, it's actually coming up suspended in Pennsylvania. And I says, in PA. I have not lived in PA since 2002. I never even had a Pennsylvania driver's license. I had a driver's permit when I was 16, but that was like 32 years ago. I never even applied or took a test to obtain a Pennsylvania driver's license. There's got to be some mistake, And she goes, no, nothing that she can do. It's coming up as suspended. As how was I even able to get a Florida license here in Florida if it was suspended? Wouldn't it should have then? And she goes, no. They recently updated their systems for everything is statewide now. So if there's an issue in one state, it would show up in another state. When I first got my license here in Florida, it was only in the state that you're in. So it wouldn't have come up then then, but now it's coming up now. So she hands me this paper, and I guess it has my driver's permit number on it and a number to call. She goes, call the number. Once it's cleared in their system, we'll come back in and clear in our system. You come back in, we'll renew it. So I thought, okay. So I went to tell hubby. He's like, are you done? I'm like, no, it's suspended. He's like, what? I'm like, I know. So we head to the car, and I wasn't mad. I was really confused, but I thought, again, there's got to be a mistake because I never had a license. So how can they suspend something I never even had? So I called PennDOT, which is the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. I called them, and I told them I was in Florida, lived here since 2002. I have a Florida license. I'm trying to renew it, but it's coming up suspended in PA. Is that correct? And she goes, yes, your license is suspended in Pennsylvania. I said, how is that possible when I never even had a license? How can you suspend something I never had, I go, when was it suspended, She would not tell me anything. All she said was I need to call the district court that issued the violation. I was like, the violation for what, I was completely blindsided. Like, I had no idea what they were doing, right? So I called the district court, and I told them what Florida DMV said, what PennDOT said. District court had no record on file of me at all. I was like, are you sure? Because I just spoke to PennDOT, and PennDOT said I had to call you because the violation took place in your court. She goes, there's nothing here. She suggested I call PennDOT back and get a citation number or a date that they can look up. So I called PennDOT back again. I will say we were probably in the phone or in the car for maybe about an hour, hour and a half, going back and forth, calling PennDOT, calling the district court. It seemed like neither one knew what the other one was doing. I mean, it was really mind-boggling. So I called PennDOT back. I got a citation number and a date. The minute they gave me the date, I knew exactly what it was. It occurred when I was 17 years old. So the actual date of the citation was September 29th, 1989. Almost 31 years ago this took place. And I was guilty of it, So I called the district court back. I wasn't denying the violation, so I called the district court back. I'm like, okay, here's the citation number, here's a date, here's the amount. And she goes, there's nothing here. I'm like, I just gave all that stuff to you. Can you verify that you have the right number, my spelling is correct, the maiden name, date of birth, social security number? There's nothing there. She cannot find anything in my name at all in that court. I'm like, is it possible that maybe it was 30 years ago? That's why. And she goes, no, if you ever had a violation here, it would show up regardless of how long ago it was. So I said, now what I need to do, because PennDOT says there's the issues, you need to call PennDOT. They'll straighten it out. So I had to call PennDOT back. So I called PennDOT back again, Told them the district court had no record. What do I need to do? And she goes, you need to go online to the Pennsylvania website, the government website, which she gave me, and print out a restoration letter. Then I'll need to mail them a check or money order for a restoration fee of $76. Then mail them a letter stating I currently do not own a registered vehicle in PA in my name. I said, okay, done, done, and done. Can I pay all online? Can I pay with a credit card? Can I possibly fax or email you the papers that you would need? She goes, no. I would need to mail a check or money order to PennDOT through U.S. mail, along with the restoration letter. Once they receive that, they'll mail me back a letter stating that that they received the payment. At that point, I can then mail them a letter stating I don't have a registered vehicle in PA. Right? So I thought, okay. So I hang out with her. Hubby goes back to work. I come home. At home, I really felt stupid. I thought, all the times I should have listened to my husband. This would have been it. Because in October when he said, let's go and get it done, it would have been done and over with by now. But I waited, of course, until almost the very last minute. So I was kind of like, it is what it is. I put myself there kind of thing. So he comes home. And we're still kind of like in disbelief. Like, I can't believe this was 30 years ago. This is ridiculous. It never came up. It was never an issue. And I said, I think I'm going to go to PA. He says, what? I think I'm going to drive to PA to fix all that. And I've done it before. I've driven straight through for, it's like 14 hours straight through. If I leave now, I can get there Thursday morning at PennDOT. I can pay them what I need to pay them, sign what I need to sign, whatever I need to do to get my license cleared, then drive back and renew it here in Florida on Friday so it won't expire. He said, you want to go, you go. So, of course, I go. So I headed out about Wednesday, 5:30, 95 North, headed to PA, right? And I was so mad. Like, the whole way there, I'm thinking, this is like, how is this even possible? Like, I was just so aggravated at the whole situation that I thought, who drives 14 hours away to fix an issue? But this was an important one. This was affecting my license here in Florida, so I had to do it. But I was tired. It was cold. It was like 48 degrees here in Florida. And the weather for PA for Thursday was 25 and snowing. So I was coming up to bad weather. And I thought, my luck, I'm going to go there because I was going back and forth so many times on the phone. So if I got to PA in PennDOT by 8 o'clock when they opened, that's driving straight through 14 hours, no sleep, 14 hours. I'd get there in the morning, 8 o'clock, like I said, when they opened, pay what I need to pay. My luck, they would say, oh, you need to go to the district court to get this paper that they have and then come back to us and then we'll clear it. Well, the district court and PennDOT is about 4.5 hours apart in drive time. So I would spend all day driving, right, back and forth. Even if I didn't have to go back and forth, I would have to drive there 14 hours straight, fix whatever issue I had to fix, then drive back home another 14 hours straight. So it'd be like 30 hours of driving, nonstop, no sleep, to make sure I got back here in time to sleep and then wake up Friday morning. So I thought, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to turn around, right? So I did. I probably turned around. I was maybe, I don't even know, half hour before I got to North Carolina. So I already went through, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and I was close to North Carolina before I turned around. I got back here about 2 a.m. Wednesday night. Told the hubby, I said, I'm just going to deal with it on Thursday. I'd rather be safe than sorry, be at home versus driving tired 30 hours straight, and maybe not even be able to fix anything even when I got there, It's better off I'm just waiting here at home. So I thought Thursday morning I got up, we're going to call the district court. Maybe they can figure something out. Maybe they can do something, because they were much nicer on the phone versus PennDOT. So I called the district court Thursday morning, December 12th. And I said, is there any way that we can kind of, what do I need to do? I need to get this figured out, And she said that I print out the restoration letter. I'm like, yep, I have that. I did this morning, which is right here. Basically, all this says is that it has my driver's license number on it, the date, and it tells me that my license is suspended at PA, and the date of the violation and what I need to do. Basically, the same thing PennDOT says, which was I need to send a registered letter stating I need to send a letter stating I don't own a registered vehicle in my name in PA. And I said, I have that. Now what? She goes, did you pay the citation or the restoration fee? I'm like, no, PennDOT said I had to pay that through the check or money order. She goes, no, you could pay it online. So she gives me the website. It was the exact same website PennDOT gave me to get the restoration letter. So I paid that. So I have that here. So I have the restoration letter and the citation or the restoration fee of $76. So I called her back once I had that. I said, now what I need to do? She goes, need to email it to me. Email me both copies. Once she receives them there in her office, she'll write up a draft letter, have the judge sign it. Then she'll email that back to me, then email it to PennDOT. I'm like, then what? Then she was at that point, PennDOT should lift the suspension because there's no record of it here. I said, okay, is there any way we can have this done by Friday? She goes, probably not. But I thought, at least I got the ball moving, right? So she emails me back. I want to say I got the letter Thursday afternoon from the judge, right here, dated December 12th, and it's signed and sealed by the judge of that court. And it says, in regard to the above reference violation, there's no record on file at this district court. So I called PennDOT back Friday morning. Now it's December 13th. Bright and early, I called them back. She said they have no record yet. I said, well, I got mine last night. The lady from district court said she emailed it to you. Can y'all check her email? And she goes, we'll check it later. Call back later. So I called back. I don't know, a few hours later, I called back and they had it. So I thought, okay, great. Now y'all can clear it. She goes, no, you need to call the district court back again and have them give you a citation receipt. I was like, what is that? And she goes, it's a citation receipt. That's all she said, right? She wouldn't go into any detail, wouldn't define it. So I called the district court back again. And I says, PennDOT received your email. They have the judge's letter. I have the judge's letter. All PennDOT needs now is a citation receipt. And she goes, I'm sorry, I can't give you one. I was like, why? I'm like this much closer to getting my license restored. Why can't I have that? PennDOT said I needed it. And she says, basically a citation receipt is one, you recognize there's a citation. I'm like, I recognize it. I know the date. I know what I did. And I would pay the fine. I'm like, I'll pay it. If I need to pay the fine, which was $257, I'll pay that. I'll do whatever I need to do to get the citation receipt to give to PennDOT. She goes, even if you were to pay it, I can't give you a receipt. And I was like, why? Because she said, because there's no record there. There's no citation at their office, so they can't take payment for something they don't even have. So I says, this is like just wow, right? So nothing that she can do. She can't do anything. I can't pay her. She can't give me a receipt because there's no citation there. So I called PennDOT back again. And I says, the district court said I can't get a citation receipt because there's no citation there for them to give me a receipt for, I says, what do I need to do? And she goes, you need to wait. It'll take 7 to 14 business days for them to update their system regarding the judge's letter to be marked cleared. I was like, it's 7 to 14 business days for you guys to hit a button on a computer? Really? I was really getting aggravated. And hubby's like, be nice, be nice. I'm like, I'm trying my best to be nice, but this is like just beyond belief. Like I'm going back and forth. Neither one knows what they're doing. My license is going to expire at midnight, So the lady at PennDOT said 7 to 14 business days. Once it's in their system, they'll mark it cleared in their system, but it'll be marked cleared but not active. What does that mean? Once it's cleared and not active, I still can't go and get my license because it's going to come up not active. Once it's marked cleared and not active, they'll mail me a letter stating it's marked cleared and not active. Once I have that, I would then mail them back a letter stating I don't own a registered vehicle in PA. And I said, I can't give that to you now. And she goes, no, if we receive that letter before it's marked cleared, we'll disregard the letter and you need to write it over again. So you're better off waiting until you receive the letter from us. I'm like, okay, fine. So I had to wait 7 to 14 business days. So my license comes and it expires at midnight. And I waited and I waited and I waited. And I probably called them back. I want to say this, it was the 26th. It was a Thursday, whatever day that was. The 26th, I called them back that morning. And I says, okay, checking the status of my license, the renewal. And she says, we're waiting on you. I said, waiting on me for what, I said, I gave you all the stuff you needed. You have the judge's letter, you have the restoration letter, my payment. What do you need from me? And she goes, we need you to go online and give us a DL-17 form. I'm like, what is that? That's the first I've ever heard of this thing, And she says, I need to go online to the government website again and find a DL-17, which I did. And basically what this is a letter that I would sign recognizing that I don't own any registered vehicles in PA. And as I asked that last one, I can mail that now, and they told me it would be discarded before if it wasn't cleared, And she goes, no, you could have done that weeks ago. I'm like, seriously, this could have been done 2 weeks ago when I was told 7 to 14 business days. I was beyond mad. I got hung up on her. I go out to the shed with my husband, where my hubby was. I'm like, I quit. This is ridiculous. So it's like, what? I'm like, they need this letter 2 weeks ago. I could have done this, but I waited, because I was following their direction, but I could have had it. So, but regardless, we go online, we print it out, I fill it out, I sign it. And I'm like, you need to airmail this to PennDOT. They need to have it as of yesterday because I want to get this whole thing figured out. So that next Friday, I guess the 27th or whatever it was, He goes to the post office. He overnights this letter to PennDOT. So that Monday or that Tuesday, whatever day was not the first, I think I called the 31st or the 2nd because they were closed New Year's Day. I called and I says, do you all have it? We overnighted it to you guys. And she said, it's not here. We probably didn't check the P.O. box yet. I was like, whatever, you know. She goes, call back tomorrow and it'll probably be here. So I called back. Then the very next day, she said, yes, they have it. I'm like, okay, great. You know, can you all mark it clear now? You have everything you need. You have my payment, the restoration letter, this letter here stating I'm on a registered vehicle. That's all you need, right? She goes, that's all we need. But it'll take 8 to 10 business days to process. I was like, again, to push a button on the computer, you know, yes, before it's marked cleared, it'll take 8 to 10 business days. At that point, once it's cleared, they'll mail me a letter stating it's been cleared, then I can go and get my license. I was like, okay. So I waited, right? So I waited and I waited. So I called back, I want to say this past Monday, which was the 6th. I called back to check on the status of the DL-17. And she was, oh, it's cleared. The suspension's been lifted. Congratulations, Mrs. Williams. I was like, no, I was like, why was I not informed? Why didn't y'all, I did not receive a letter, nothing, a phone call, email, nothing, If I did not call you guys, I would not even know it was cleared. And she said it was cleared on the 3rd of January. So 3 days prior, it was clear that Friday. So nonetheless, my license now in Pennsylvania is no status. I don't have a license in PA. It's not marked as suspended in PA. There's nothing there on my record. It is marked cleared. So I said, great. So it's cleared on your system. That means I can go to Florida DMV and get my license here because it's cleared, right? And she goes, you probably could, but I'd rather you wait until we mail you a letter so you can take to the DMV. I'm like, okay, if I wait, how long will the letter take? And she goes, 5 to 7 business days to mail me a letter. And she goes, it'll take 5 to 7 business days for them to process to mail me a letter. I won't receive it in 5 to 7 business days. That's when they're actually going to mail it. So I was, you want me to wait 2 more weeks for you to write me a letter when you didn't write me a letter last time? No, I'm not waiting. I'm done with y'all. So I hung up. I was beyond mad, So I called my husband up that day and I said, yesterday or Wednesday or Monday. And I says, we're good to go. So today is Wednesday the 8th. I'm going to go and get my license. Now, the thing is with Florida, my license is expired. Having an expired license in Florida is worse than having no license in Florida because I've never had a license. I've only got my very first driver's license in Florida in 2011. I got pulled over twice in Florida, one for speeding and one for a random check. And I got in 2 accidents, both my fault in Florida before ever having a license. Nothing came up stating I had a suspension on a different state. Nothing ever came up. I had to pay a fine. I had to go to court, before a judge, all that. But if I get caught driving with an expired license, I could possibly go to jail and you'll have a big old hefty fine because you're breaking the law. You have a license expired and you're driving with that one. Even though you're breaking law when you're driving without a license, but having an expired license and driving is much more worse than having no license and driving, right? So I did not drive anywhere. I've not driven that car since December 13th. I want to get out of the house. I feel like I'm cooped up. And again, with the anxiety, the anxiety I had before kind of stumps right back because I felt trapped. I felt like I could not leave. I felt claustrophobic, and knowing I can't leave here if I want to leave here, if I need to leave here because I can't drive the car or I won't take a chance driving the car, makes my anxiety go higher, So anyway, after you have an expired license in Florida, you got to pay a fine, which I want to say is like $35, but it does go higher for how long it's been suspended for. Mine has been, or expired for. Mine has been expired since December 13th, so I don't even know how many days it is. Almost a month, almost a whole month. So I don't even know what the amount of the fine will be. But I also have to pay a restoration fee again to restore my license. But here's the kicker. I need to take the whole test all over again. The whole driving exam, the whole computer exam, the whole driver's test before I even get a license because it expired. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? So yeah. So today, I'm hoping that I'm gonna go with the hubby, and I'm gonna act stupid. I really am. I'll take um, whatever I need to take. I don't have anything from the state, that from PA that says it's cleared. But she did say, the Pennsylvania PennDOT did say it's cleared in their system. So if it's cleared in their system, it should be cleared in our system here. So I'll take whatever I need to take, like all the papers I have. That like the registration fee receipt, I'll take that. The registration letter, I'll pay. I'll take that. I'll take the judge's letter, and I'll take the DL-17. And I'm gonna go to the window, and when you go to the DMV, you have to. It's like the DMV tax collector's office. You can pay tickets there. A bunch of things can happen there, so you have to let the receptionist know what you're here for. I'm gonna say I'm here to get my license renewed, and I will take my expired license. All the stuff I need to be for, like my birth certificate, marriage certificate, all that kind of stuff. Go to the window, and I'll be like, I'm here to get my license, renewed. They'll say my current license is expired. Now I'm hoping that they'll say, okay, just renew it. Or they'll say, sorry, Mrs. Jones, you need to take the whole test over again. So either way, I'll find out today what I need to do. If I need to take it today, I will drive there because hubby's at work. I had to drive my car there, so I can't take my license. I can't take the test in his work car because it's a company car. So I have to get there. So I'll drive the car legally today to the DMV. Hopefully, I won't get pulled over or anything. Then if they say, okay, you can take the test, my husband will say, like, that's his car, like he drove me there. So we're not like admitting breaking the law kind of thing. But I'll let you guys know. But wow, right? What a story! Like the whole thing is just unbelievable, right? And I'll go into another video if you want to hear the reason why my license was suspended or the ticket I got. Leave me a comment below, and I'll gladly do another video about that. But I wanted to keep this one semi-short. 20 minutes. But yeah, that's the reason why my license is expired in Florida, because of a suspended license in PA that should have never happened. To be honest, it should have never been suspended. I never got a notice. Nothing. Like I said, I've lived there. I moved to Florida in 2002. This ticket took place in 1989. I was never notified by any kind of mail, and I think I got pulled over in PA. Maybe I didn't, but we moved to Texas. I drove there and back. We moved to Florida. I drove here and back. Nothing ever came up stating I had a suspended license. If I knew that, I obviously would have paid the fine to not have a suspended license. But there it is. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.